Hey guys, so before I start this video, I just want to apologize if I start speaking slower, in a slower pace than usual, because I still have my canker sore, which is like the wound you get in your mouth when you accidentally bite down on your flesh. So it hurts. It's in an awkward position next to like one of my canine teeth on the top part of my mouth, and I also have an overbite, so all in all, the healing is slow, and yeah, it hurts, but I'm gonna fight through it for this video because yeah, I'd like to also, before I start coloring, I just like to give a shout out to sorry, my brother messaged me. I didn't want to show, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Jennifer Ofner. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. My pronunciation on names isn't that great. But I wanted to give a shout out to you. Thanks for recommending me and asking me and requesting me to draw this character. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. Basically, this is a character from a show that I have not watched. It is a Karma Akabane, I think that's how you pronounce it. I haven't seen the show, so forgive me for not pronouncing anything correctly at all. Karma Akabane, he is from Assassination Classroom. It's one of those animes that I've heard of, but I haven't really watched. Like, I know of it, but I didn't watch. So yeah, so it was kind of difficult to come up with like a pose to draw, but I think in general, I chose a general pose that would fit him. So yeah, basically, let's get started. I'm just gonna find my reference on my phone. Okay, so I already colored in his skin and hair. I think I drew him in a smaller scale, so at this angle it's kind of hard to see his face well, but you get the gist. I kind of colored in his hair a bit darker red than I intended to, but that's okay. It's red, it suits him. Ignore any notification sounds my phone is making. So, first I'm going to color in his jacket. I am going to use CG7, which is a green-gray, but it's a pretty dark gray, so it's gonna be dark enough. So that way I can use my other gray that kind of looks more like black to color it in, to shade it in. So I was asking my friend, oh, what character is this? Because my friend has seen more animes than me. I've just been like, this is one of those animes that I heard of, but then was like, I'm just not gonna watch it. And then I end up not knowing what it's about, and then people talk about it. I'm just like, I have zero idea at this point what it is. So yeah, I asked him about the character because he knows about the show, my friend, and he said, oh, he's like this very overly confident guy who just he mentioned something about this guy being into borderline almost killing people and stuff like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's one of those characters that's very I don't know why my reference just changed on my phone. Let me get it back. So it's like this overly confident character. It's like overly confident about himself, and it's basically all my friend told me. And I'm pretty sure like I feel like this is one of those characters that like is a bit I don't know why I'm not thinking properly. My process of thinking is gone. Basically, it's one of those characters I feel like I get like, so he's actually voiced by the same guy. I'm assuming Japanese dub is the same character, is the same voice actor, but basically he's, I'm gonna say as Bakugou. I'm gonna say Bakugou is very overly confident about himself as well, but I feel like there's a major difference in terms of like this guy. He's like really, he seems smug as his character is, and he's just, well, if he's borderline hurting people, it doesn't sound like a nice character, but to each their own. Like, again, if you like this character, I'm not judging. It's just he sounds like one of those characters that I personally wouldn't like myself, like be into. Like I'd be okay with in terms of like story wise, just being there, just a character. But it doesn't sound like a character that I would fangirl over, if I may say so. What I do about Bakugou. But yeah, it's just one of those characters that doesn't sound like it would appeal to my taste. Again, sounds a bit edgy. I am into edgy characters, but there's a difference between like edgy and still somehow nice. Cause like Bakugou, even though like he's rude and stuff, he's a hero, so it gives his character this different twist to an edgy character, which is why I really like Bakugou compared to other characters that are super edgy. But yeah, it's just my own personal preference. I don't want anyone saying, "Oh, how dare you not like this character." It's not that I don't like Karma, it's just his personality sounds like something I wouldn't be super into, but it was super fun drawing him. I'm going to use GG9, which is a darker green gray, just to shade. Again, like, this was just another challenge in terms of like, oh, I don't know the character much. I have to ask my friend about the character and like see what type of character it is, so that way I can come up with a good pose for him. And really, like, I want to thank Jennifer for asking me to draw him, because personally, it's a challenge to draw characters that you don't really know that well, and it's a good challenge. Like, gives my, because it gives me like a mental break from like drawing characters that I know right away, because I always draw like Bakugou, Kirishima, because I know them so well as characters, and I'm just like into those characters a lot. But drawing a character that you don't know is like a challenge. And I personally like that challenge. Like, you have to research and see how the character is and be like, okay, what type of pose would they do? So I gave like this kind of smug pose. Okay, so here is the overall jacket complete. I am going to shade in his white collared shirt with CG 0.5, which is a cool gray. Again, I know a lot of people who are like, they get upset when you say oh, I'm not really into this character because of certain things, and then people are like, what, you hate that, you don't like that character? How dare you? And stuff like that. Like, personally, I always understand people's preferences. Like, oh, I see why this character could be attractive to someone. It's just that I'm not into them personally myself. So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I get the appeal, but not super into it myself. And I am going to use this to color in his belt buckle. The art style for this anime is pretty interesting too. We use GG3, which is green gray. I'm so used to, because again, I like over quarantine, I binge watched so much of My Hero Academia. And then when I was trying to learn how to draw like Bakugou and stuff, I'm gonna have to say like drawing Bakugou and Kirishima really they make you like it forced me to learn how to draw muscular people, which is something that I never really do often. So, which I never really do. So, when I started doing that, I was like, most of the guys that I draw now are like pretty buff or fit. Kyra looks fit, but it's like the slimming fit, so it was a bit difficult to go back into like, okay, just like a slim character. But then I wanted like the realistic curves of the arms and stuff, so I had to really focus on like what I was doing for his arms. Like the slim body type is pretty simple, but if you understand like the differences of like the detail of like a super muscular character when it comes to drawing anime, it's completely different. So when I was looking at Karma, I was like, oh, he's not buff like these other characters that I've been drawing, so I had to go and like try to make him slim as possible. So I'm gonna use GG5, which is another green gray. It's just one shade darker to shade in his pants. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, this is what the character looks like, and I had to match it. Like, I can't just draw someone who's like buff when they're not buff. So again, it was a good challenge for me. Okay, so that's basically the shading of his pants. And then I am going to color in his belt, which looks black. I'm just going to use GG9, which is a darker green gray that looks like black. This is the one that I use kind of to shade his blazer. And then he's done. And then my next video, I'll do a outlining video of him. It's just like super hot and sweaty right now because I have no AC in my house because it broke down like around a year ago. So I'm burning because I'm like, don't turn on the fan, because when I turn on the fan, it's so close to the table I'm drawing, my drawing's gonna blow away, so I can't. But yeah, basically, that's what it is. So here's the overview of my drawing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check out in the description box below all my social medias there. You can go like and follow those. And I will be posting the process work on there as well. I'm gonna try to upload this video actually on a Friday, so the closest Friday from when I'm actually filming. So the process work actually might be posted later on because I still have a bunch of drawings that I'm posting up. But yeah, basically it's still gonna be posted. If you want to see my other drawings that are anime, you can go check out my drawings playlist. And thanks again to Jennifer for requesting this drawing. I hope it's good because I've never done anything like that people requested, so this is my first time. So really big thanks to you. Again, it's I was kind of like rushing to do it beforehand, like the sketching, because I had work, so this was a bit difficult to squeeze in. But it was really fun drawing a new character that I didn't know much of, and it was a great challenge. So, yeah, so thank you. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.